Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be guiding us through a yoga sequence to help balance out all 7 chakras. To begin, we'll be starting in a nice comfortable seat, also known as easy pose, although not always easy. If you have a hard time sitting up tall here, you can bring a pillow or a rolled up blanket, or if you have a yoga block at home, just prop it up right behind your lower back, and this will help give you a little extra support here. So starting in the seat, we're just going to take a few moments to really settle in and ground down, finding the present moment. Maybe closing your eyes here. Begin to relax. Start to notice how you feel in this exact moment. Take a second to honor where you are today. And begin focusing on slowing down the breath. So taking slow, deep, long inhales in through the nose. And exhaling fully out through the nose as well. Begin breathing in and out in your own time, in your own pace, but a little slower with some focus here. As we begin to ground here, maybe imagine the color red and say to yourself, I am safe. I am safe in my body. I am safe in this moment. If that doesn't resonate with you, maybe change it up a little bit. I am secure. I am grounded. Take another deep breath in, as deep as you can inhale. And then exhale out through the mouth this time, releasing that which is not serving you. Inhale through the nose. And from here, we'll begin to shift the chest forward, and then we're going to rotate it to the side, so towards the left, and then arching your back as you go towards the back, and then through to the right. And back forward again, making big circles with your entire torso here. Keeping a little bit of engagement in your stomach. Feeling the muscles as you move and rotate. Now, when you come forward next, take a second to come back here, holding still, sitting up tall, neutral spine. Take a deep breath in, maybe closing the eyes again if they're not already. And imagine the color orange. Think to yourself, I am creative. I create. I create movement. I create good relationships. Think of something that suits you, and then we'll rotate going in the other direction. So again, reaching the chest forward, and then this time rotating to the right as we arch through the back, going towards the left, and then forward again, making another couple of rotations in the opposite direction as before. Again, breathing here. Don't forget to breathe. And once you feel even or balanced out, we'll slowly bring it back to center. From here, we're going to place the hands just a little bit behind us, bringing the feet forward, knees up towards the sky. And we're just going to do a couple of hip rotations, so allowing the knees to fall towards the right, maybe stretching through the outside of that left hip. And then bringing the legs over to the other side, rotating, feeling that stretch through the other leg. going back and forth a couple of times, just opening up the hips, nice and gently. And then coming back to center, crossing the legs, but this time cross them the way that feels weird. So flipping the legs. From here, we're going to bring our palms to our torso, just above the belly button and just below the rib cage. Releasing the shoulders down, envisioning the color yellow this time. Take a deep breath in and say, I am powerful. Feel free to say it out loud or in your head. I encourage you to say it out loud, even if someone's in the other room. I am powerful. From here, we're going to take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, using that area, really focusing on pressing the hands into that stomach and the stomach into the hands, so you should feel some engagement here. We're going to rotate into a small twist. So on the inhale, breathing in deeply. And then on the exhale, rotating towards the right. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale here. Take another inhale in. And then exhale, rotating towards the left. Inhaling back to center, and then flipping the hands so the other one is on top. Again, this twist should be coming from the torso, so shouldn't be a big twist since we're using our muscles instead of cranking into it with our arms. So your twist might not look very big, but trust yourself and feel it out. With the hands flipped, we'll just go through this one more time. So again, inhale. This time, rotating to the left first. Again, making that small twist on the exhale. Inhale back to center. Deep breath in and exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And this time together, we're reaching the arms up towards the sky, hands, palms facing each other. Bring the palms together, maybe feeling the warmth in your hands, and bringing the hands down towards the heart. Bringing that warmth to the heart, feeling the love. Maybe you close the eyes again here if they're not already, and imagine the color green this time. Take a deep breath in and exhale, dropping the shoulders. And say to yourself, I love. Maybe you say, I love myself. Maybe you're thinking of somebody else that you love. Maybe your pet or your kid, your best friend, your mom, your dad. Sending out all the love. So take a deep breath in, inhaling love. And exhale, sending that love out to everyone else in the universe. Another deep breath in. And exhale, releasing the hands, bringing them down to the knees. Maybe opening your eyes here. Moving up, and we're going to shift into some neck circles. So really taking it easy here. The neck is a very sensitive area. So just be gentle with yourself and remember, nothing should hurt. You should feel a good stretch, but nothing should be pinching or any pain. So if you do notice something like that, just come out of it a little bit. So inhale, deep breath in, and then on the exhale, we will shift our right ear down towards the right shoulder, stretching through the left side of the neck. Take a few breaths here. Then shift your gaze very gently to look up towards the sky, moving that stretch to the front neck area. And then slowly back, looking stretch a little more through the back side of the neck. Inhale back to center. We'll slowly bring the neck back up. Head, top of the head towards the sky. Take a deep breath in and exhale as we go to the other side, gently leaning that left ear down towards the left shoulder, stretching through the right side this time. Again, gently shifting the gaze to look up. Breathing here, and then slowly back towards neutral, and then looking downwards towards your knee. Deep breath here. Come back to neutral first, and then lifting the neck back up here. Taking a couple shoulder rolls, so we'll bring the shoulders forward, up towards the ears, back, and then down. Really engaging those shoulder blades to help support that rotator cuff. So forward, up, down, the back. Just doing this in your own time. And then reversing it, so shoulders go forward and down, and then back up. Here we're going to take the left palm down, reaching the right arm up towards the sky, and then leaning over, side body stretch. And then flipping to the other side, right arm comes down, left arm up and over. Move through this a couple times in your own time and your own movement, trusting yourself. If you want to stay and linger in the side body stretch a little longer, definitely do what you want to do here. You can lower that elbow down if that feels good and in reach. Just evening it out on the other side. Coming back to center, we're going to look straight up, lifting the chin, but making sure not to crank in the back of the neck, so trying to move slowly, finding what feels good here. And then we'll begin to make circles with the nose, coming into some full neck circles here. So rotating and looking up towards the sky, over to the side, down, other side, and up. Next time the gaze goes down, we'll slowly stop and then reverse that circle the other way. When you feel balanced and even, we'll come back to a neutral point. Neck straight, top of the head towards the sky. Close the eyes here and envision the color blue, like a light sky blue. Here we'll say, I speak the truth, I speak kind words, I speak with my voice. From here, we're going to actually shift forward now, getting out of the seat. So coming to all fours, knees will be under the hips and elbows lined up with the shoulders, lined up with the wrists. So all fours, tabletop position. We'll bring the toes together, knees come a little bit wider, and we're going to shift the hips back, coming into a child's pose. You can bring a block under your forehead, or you can also stack the hands here so that your forehead has something to come down on. You can also reach the arms out, and if it feels good, you can bring your forehead straight down to the earth. Wherever you choose to go, close the eyes and focus on the place between your eyebrows on your forehead. Maybe you missed massage that area a little bit. So if you are using your hands, you can make a little rotating circle. If you're down on the ground or on a block, you can rotate your head back and forth, moving left to right, just gently massaging that third eye area. This time, focusing on a darker blue color. And say to yourself, I see the truth. I trust my gut. And I am connected to my intuition. From here, we're going to shift up and coming into that tabletop position once again. So arms stacked, wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips here. You're going to take a deep breath in as you arch the belly down and reach your gaze and your head up towards the sky. Tailbone also goes up towards the sky. And then exhale, arching the back as you look down, crown of the head towards the earth. Inhale, deep breath back up, looking up, belly down. And exhale, arching the back, crown of the head towards the earth. One more time, inhale, look up. And exhale, coming back to neutral position. From here, we're going to extend the right leg back, toes stay on the earth. And we're just going to rock a little bit back and forth, stretching through that leg. Now you can stay here, or if it feels good, we're going to reach the left hand out like you're trying to shake someone's hand. Shoulder stays in position. Flexing through the core here. And maybe you lift the right toes up into a little balance. Trying to keep that spine straight, noticing the alignment through the entire body here. Take one more deep breath in and release everything. Hand and knee come back to the earth. From here, we'll shift the hips a little bit back, right and left, back and forth. And other side, left foot extends out, toes on the ground, and we'll just shift a little bit back and forth, stretching through that leg. Then maybe shifting onto the left arm, lifting that right arm up, like you're shaking someone's hand here. Shoulder stays in alignment, and then if this feels good, we'll lift the left foot and balance through the entire body here. Core strong, gaze straight down, keeping that neck and spine nice and straight here. Take one more deep breath in and exhale everything. Next, we'll curl the toes, and we're just going to shift back into a seat. So you can stay here with your hands down on the earth, or you can bring a block here if that helps you find a little bit of support. However, if it feels okay to lean all the way back, putting a little bit of weight on the feet, really stretching through our toes and the backs of the heels. Just getting a little foot hygiene in. Our feet do a lot of work for us, so it's good to stretch them too. If you want to take some wrist circles here, you can add that in. Maybe flipping the arms and reaching the palms forward, even reaching up. And then we'll come off of the feet, flipping to the tops of the feet here. And we're just gonna sit back onto our heels if that feels okay. If that is not a great place for you, you can just come to a position like this. So you're kneeling. And from here, we're just gonna take a gentle twist. So we're gonna bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg and look over our right shoulder. This will look like this. So you're gonna come to your hip and reach back if you're up. And then reaching to the other side, evening it out. Right hand to the outer left leg, looking over the opposite shoulder. Coming back to center. From here, we'll come back forward, tabletop position, and now we're gonna move up into a downward dog. So curling the toes under. We're gonna lift the hips and the knees up towards the sky, straighten through the legs. Arms stay strong here. Shoulders press away from the ears. Downward facing dog. Find your breath here. Don't forget to take deep breaths in and out. Maybe moving the legs a little back and forth, stretching through the backs of each leg, the hamstrings and the calves. And from here, we're just gonna step our feet, baby steps forward towards the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. So feet are about hip width apart, arms dangling, neck and back should be relaxed. Here you can cross the arms and maybe rotate a little side to side, being very gentle and mindful of the knees. This should feel good, so if it doesn't, you might need to come up a little bit more. And then we'll find stillness, bringing the clasp, or unleashing the clasp, I should say. Straightening the arms. And we'll slowly begin to roll up to a stand. Go as slow as you can, breathing as we roll it all the way up. Coming to mountain pose here. So feet hip width apart. We're really going to ground through the heels and through the toes. So the whole entire foot finding the earth here. Standing up tall. Shoulders relaxed down, arms reaching down, fingertips spread wide. Head nice and tall. Animals having fun in the background. Maybe take a moment to close your eyes here and just notice how it feels to stand after sitting for some time. Maybe it feels good, maybe you're tired today. Take a second to notice. Noticing how you feel really helps bring us to the present moment. And sometimes we just work on autopilot and don't take a second to really think about how we're really truly feeling. Grounding through the feet, lift up through all of the toes. My dog is in the way, I apologize. So lifting up through the toes, ball joints and heels in the ground. This might feel a little weird, but then we're going to try very hard, okay? Foot hygiene is such a weird thing. But we're gonna try to place one toe down at a time, starting with the pinky. So toes up, and then pinky down, next toe down, and slowly till you get all 5 toes down onto the mat, or however many toes you have. Notice how that feels. That might feel different. from just standing there like normal, you know. And then slowly notice that energy and allow it to come up through your legs, through your hips, into your spine, and then stretching your spine up super tall as that energy creeps its way up and to the crown of your head. Now allow that energy to go past the crown, reaching out up into the universe. Reach the arms up with that. Take a deep, deep breath in here, maybe looking up towards the sky now. Notice how tall you feel. Take a deep breath in and exhale, arms come down to the sides. From here, we're going to take a step wide, so coming into a wide-legged stance here. Toes pointing forward, feet should be parallel to each other. Take some time to notice how the legs feel in this position and try to engage your hamstrings in the back as well as your inner thighs and your quads. So the whole top of the legs should feel engaged here, feeling very strong. We'll bring the hands to the hips, shoulders down and back, standing up tall into a Superman pose or Superwoman. Strong and steady. From here, we're going to rotate the left toes out, facing away from our other foot. And then we're going to bend the left knee and bring the arms out wide, coming into Warrior Two. Super strong, fierce pose here. Take deep, deep breaths. This might be harder than it looks. So focusing on the breath and finding your strength here. Now we're going to reach forward with the left fingers and then up and back, coming into what we call peaceful warrior. And then straighten through that front leg. Bring the hands back out, so straight T. And this time, with the legs straight still, we're gonna reach the left fingers forward and down to rest, maybe on your thigh. If you do your thigh, have a slight bend in that knee so you have a little extra support. Or if it feels okay to reach down towards the ground, coming into a triangle pose. So modified, it could look like this. Knee bent, arms still straight up though. If you are here, you can also take a block if you want to try getting a little closer to the ground. So you can play with different levels, or if you have a stack of books or even like a shoebox or something could lift you up a little bit. And keeping some awareness in your stomach here. A lot of this pose comes from the core. If you are down here, we're gonna bend that left knee before we come to stand up. Just keeping that knee joint safe here. Arms out wide. We'll flip the toes to face forward again, coming back into the wide legs. And from here, we're going to shift up the hips, hinging forward into a nice wide-legged forward fold. Again, you can bring a block or books or even like a water bottle or something here to bring the earth up to you. You can reach towards that earth. And if it feels good, you can even bring your top of your head towards the ground. This is a wide-legged forward fold. And then again, like before, we're gonna slowly roll up. This time legs are wide, so it might feel different, but slowly roll up to come standing. Breathing here. Once you reach the top, reach the arms up towards the sky. And exhale, arms back down. Going into the other side, so we're going to flip the right toes out this time. Bending that right leg, bringing the arms out wide, straight into a T. Warrior two on the opposite side. Again, finding your strength here, finding some confidence. Maybe take a smile to yourself. Say, I am proud. I'm proud of you all for showing up here. Thank you. Now we'll straighten that leg. Reach the right arm up towards the sky. Bend that leg because I missed the reverse warrior. Peaceful warrior. And then straighten that leg again. Coming back to the arms out wide. This time we're going to reach it forward. So right arm extends out and then coming down into that triangle with either the leg bent in a modification, left arm up towards the sky, or keeping that right leg straight and reaching towards the earth here. Finding triangle pose. I kind of like having a block. There's nothing wrong with using props. Some people are like, oh, I don't want to use them, but they really are amazing tools to make our experience better. No shame. Feeling that confidence. Bend through the right leg, coming back up, straight arms, straighten that leg, facing those right toes forward. And again, reaching the arms up towards the sky. This time exhale as you cactus the arms out, shoulders wide, heart up towards the sky. And this time we're gonna bring the hands behind our backs. So legs stay wide, but hands will come back to clasp behind us. Allow the chest to reach up towards the sky here. And from here, with the arms behind our backs, we're gonna go into that forward fold again. So be careful here. And if it doesn't feel good to go all the way down, you can just come halfway. You can play with the arms. If it does not feel good to straighten them out, you can keep them bent. But the full posture could look like this, with your head towards the ground and the arms straight up, stretching through the shoulders and the backs of the legs. And then we'll slowly come back up to rise, release the hands, and reach them up towards the sky and back down to the side. Now we'll step the feet back together, bringing the feet all the way flush together. Moving into a tree pose, so a little bit of balance here. We're going to shift the weight into the left leg as we slowly start to bring the right toes up. You can keep the right toes down on the ground if you need to play with balance. If you have a block, you can also set it up here and kind of work on getting that a little higher. But eventually we will move into bringing the foot onto the inner thigh of the opposite leg. Coming into a tree pose, you can also keep the foot on the calf. You just don't want to put it on the knee, so avoid the joints here, but play with some balance. And if you are putting your foot into your thigh, really press that thigh back into the foot. So coming to the center line here. You can bring the hands to heart center as well. Or if you want to play with your tree, float the hands up and find your sway in the wind. Maybe you have some shaky branches. Play with it here. balance. And if you keep falling out of it, that's totally okay. I'm going to try to keep us here longer to challenge you a little bit, but if you're not falling out of it, maybe play with closing your eyes. And if you are falling out of it, notice how you feel. How does that make you react? Don't get frustrated, you know? It's all about how we react to things. So, notice where you are today. I'm a little wobbly. I'm definitely feeling off balance. And that's okay. Okay, take one more breath wherever you are. And exhale, release. Bringing the feet back together. And we'll slowly shift to the other side. So lifting up through the left foot this time. Right leg really grounds down. And again, playing. Maybe you just bring the toes up. Maybe you're on the calf. Or maybe you bring that foot all the way up into the thigh. Pressing that thigh back into the foot. Notice your arms play with wherever you want to be today. Arms can reach up, hands to heart, hands on hips. You can go for another stretch behind the back. Just play with what you want today. I'm trying to give you some freedom too. Personally, I feel like I can balance a little better when my hands are at my heart or on my hips. And also when I'm on a hardwood floor instead of carpet. Carpet can make balances a little more challenging. So just something to keep in mind if you decide to explore yoga in the future. Again, totally okay to fall. Your mat will have your back. If you fall, we will catch you. Taking one more deep breath in here, and then exhale, slowly release. Maybe wiggle out the legs, shake it out, notice how that feels. One side is usually harder than the other. And then together we'll take a deep breath in as we reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Just going to take a couple shoulder stretches while we're standing this time. So we're going to reach the arm across the torso, using the opposite arm to kind of pull that, like almost like stretching in gym class, right? What makes this yoga is focusing on that breath and how this is connected to the rest of our bodies. So keep that shoulder blade down, keep the arm straight. You should really feel a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder. From here, we're going to switch sides, rotating to the opposite arm. Shoulders down, deep breaths in. Next, we're going to reach the arms up. And from here, the right arm will bend, coming to the back. And then we'll take the left arm to the elbow and finding a stretch through the side and the back of the shoulder. Deep breath in as you reach both arms up, and then switch, bending the left arm down this time. Right hand comes to the left elbow, stretching over towards the other side. Coming back up, reaching both hands up, and then exhale. We're going to forward fold back down into a nice standing forward fold. Feet together this time. Now you can stay here, or we're going to try to play a little bit with a toe balance. So we're going to bend the knees, heels will come up, and we come into a baby little squat here. From here, you can play with one hand staying on the ground and the other hand coming to the heart. You can also use your block here if that helps you sit up a little taller. Or we'll try to bring both hands to the heart in this little balance. Just kind of trying something new. See how you feel here. Feet will probably feel tired, calves might feel tired. Bringing hands to heart or hands on ground and chest rising up. Trying to keep that chest open here. So playing with a block might look like this. And then we'll reach the hands forward. Let the knees fall forward. Flip the toes. Bring the feet to one side. And coming into a seat with the legs forward. Bring the hands behind you and shake the legs out a little bit. It might be a little tiring. Now we'll bend the knees and do what we did a little bit earlier, just letting the legs fall to one side and then the other. Bringing the feet back out in front. We're going to reach the arms up high. And on the exhale, float the hands towards the toes. You might not reach the toes. The goal is not to reach the toes. The goal is to feel a nice stretch through your lower back and the backs of your legs. So go for that. Sometimes I feel this stretch in the back of my neck as well. So just notice and relax and breathe into it. Inhale, tall, straightening the spine. Reach the arms up. And exhale, float it back down. Inhale, reach it back up. Just doing some movement with our stretch. Reaching forward. And roll it back up. From here, we're going to bring the right knee up. Left leg stays straight out. And we're gonna hug our knee, coming into a small twist here. Just looking towards the side, so no need to crank it. You should be able to lift your arm. Shouldn't be putting all your weight into your arm. Just breathe here, maybe looking over that shoulder. And then exhale, return to center, and we're gonna let the right leg fall out this time. Coming into a one-legged forward fold. So left leg is straight, right leg is falling out towards the right. And we'll lean forward as we reach towards that left foot. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of the left leg. If you can reach your toes, go for it, but it's not a requirement. And then slowly roll it back up, spine straight, bring the right knee back up, extend that right leg, and other side. So left knee comes up first. We'll give it a nice little hug. Trying to rotate the torso to the opposite side. Small little leg twist here. Maybe looking over that shoulder. And then bringing it back to center. Left leg will fall out wide. Right leg is extended forward. One-legged forward fold, maybe reaching up. And then over towards that right foot. Breathe here. up first, then extend straight out. And then we'll bring both knees up and we'll allow them both to fall out wide this time. Butterfly pose. We used to do this as kids. If you want to get creative and if it feels good in your hips, you can find a little movement in your legs up and down. If it kind of feels a little intense for this to have your legs falling all the way out, you can bring pillows or blocks or books under your hips to kind of give you some extra support here, and that feels really nice. Here you can start to massage the arches of your feet if that feels good. It should feel good. Try to keep the spine tall, keep awareness in your full body. And then here we'll bring the spine even taller, straightening up through the crown, and then maybe leaning forward a little bit, getting some extra stretch in those hips. Coming back to sit up tall, we'll bring the legs back together. And from here, we're going to straighten the legs. Bring the hands together. We're going to do what's called a steeple grip. So you're going to wrap your fingers, point your fingers straight out, thumbs wrap over each other. Point forward and using your core, so keeping your stomach strong here, we're going to slowly roll down onto our backs. So one vertebrae at a time, starting with the tailbone, curling through the lower spine, slow, 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 until you can't go anymore. Bringing the hands up and overhead, pointing up above where your crown chakra points. Point the toes, big full body stretch here. And then exhale, hands come down, maybe laying on your stomach or down at your side, whatever you prefer. If you feel a little bit of a tension in your lower back, you can bend the knees, lift the tailbone up a little bit, and try to force it forward. So pressing the tailbone down into the earth, flattening the lower back down, and then extending the legs. And that should help relieve a little bit of that. If you still feel fussiness in your lower back though, you can also just keep your knees bent here. Maybe let the knees fall in so they are leaning on each other. So find what feels good. You should be able to relax in this pose. And then come back to your breath here. So really focus on your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. From here, we're going to slowly really start to relax. So really quieting your mind, allowing the breath to take over. I will start to quiet down so we can just relax in this moment. Notice how you feel from the beginning of class to now. Notice if there's any changes, even if they're small. Take one super deep breath in with me. Inhale through the nose, and then exhale out through the mouth, allowing a sigh, just completely letting go. Relax into the earth, and we'll begin to breathe into the count of 4 and out to the count of 4. So inhale, 1, 2, Balance is the key. Balance is the key in everything you do. Dance all night long and practice yoga the next day. Drink your wine, but don't forget the green juice. Eat chocolate when your heart wants it, and eat a salad when your body needs it. Wear high heels or boots on your Saturdays, and walk barefoot on your Sundays. Live high and low, move and stay still. Embrace all the sides of who you are. Be brave, be bold, be spontaneous and loud, and let that complement your abilities to find silence, patience, modesty, and peace. Aim for balance. Make your own rules and follow your own path. Don't let anybody tell you how to live. Live your life according to yours. Slowly find some movement in your fingertips and in your toes. Begin to blink the eyes open. Begin to come back to a normal breath. And in your own time, taking your sweet, sweet time, no rush at all, begin to find your way to a nice, comfortable sleep. Maybe rolling on your side first, slowly shifting up. Once you find your way to your nice seat, we'll take one breath in together, inhaling the arms up towards the sky. Palms come together, heart shifts as we lean towards our hands to heart center. Deep breath in, and on the exhale, we honor each other and bow to each other. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope to see you again. Thank you.